This is Deb Helfrich, hashtag Reddited She-Hulk. This is more of the Bill Bixby-ing Chronicles. Back out, trying to find another payphone, trying to figure out another scientific, philosophical patron to phone. It's so interesting. The world built by the delusion of white superiority. It's absurd. The amount of trauma, the amount of neglect, the amount of harm to life force. From single-celled amoebas up to us. The world is built on a mechanistic framework where all life is treated as if it can be filtered through an assembly line. We factory farm our chicken, we factory farm our kids. Standardized test. I'm searching for a patron to build a web series to ask all the questions we're not asking, to synthesize in all the data that we have independently in silos by experts, but it doesn't come out into a hypothesis that affects human life at the integer form. Now, I've spent over 2 years thinking through my philosophical hypothesis of bioelectricity. I've not gotten stumped yet. I've created a unifying theory of human energy, potential, and well-being. You know why there's 3? This is a body, mind, soul integrated hypothesis. Bioelectricity, that's the brain waves and the heart waves. That's the soul. This is a good working definition as a philosophy at the integer level. So, question is, will you be my sponsor? Are you able to support asking the challenging questions? Are you able to support someone who has nothing to hide, who is quite truthfully at bedrock and enjoying being present every day to what shows up? In this challenging world, what we need is someone just to keep going. But why? Why is the burden of chronic disease like ever escalating when we supposedly have all this knowledge? Why is it that tech is supposed to be so great and very nearly 100% of venture capital, billions and billions of dollars, is going to tech that we all know is taking longer every month? The random upgrades, the allow deny that you don't know what you're allowing or denying. The driving in your car and having random messages asking you if you want to clean up files. How many times I want to say, no, I don't want you to track my location? Every time I open Google Maps? That's very useful for somebody driving. I don't want to not know where I'm going. I want to see the whole big picture. I don't want tech talking to me. I don't want tech instructing me what to do. But I do want to help life force understand that it's not the tech singularity. Tech will never be sentient. I have a better definition of consciousness. The ABCs of well-being philosophy, my life's work, anti-racism, bioelectricity, and consciousness made clear. Sorry. It's a hot afternoon and we just pulled in a shade. environment is everything. And pretending like humans don't get dry throat, pretending that humans aren't in the process of losing 200 pounds, 150 of them already gone, pretending that humans need to be polished and perfect before they can earn money. There's so much abundance in the world, and it's a flaw to think that only a few deserve it. Everyone had their life essentials met. If we had a UBI, if we had a firm commitment to figure out how to create a world where every human was guaranteed meaningful work for a livable wage, there we go. Right livelihood solves everything. Crime, trauma, child abuse. It's the demeaning, repetitive, and frankly, heinously low level of wages. It's creating all this. It's creating all of this chaos. Corporations have no responsibility to anyone but their shareholders, who are already ginormously wealthy. If everyone was so into all this customer service that they say customers are always right, how come no one has a customer advisory board? How come these things aren't compensated and paid for and public? How come nobody gets to say, well, you know what, Google? It's ridiculous. Keep popping up messages about deleting files. I know when to delete my files, when not to delete my files. I don't need tech prompts. So anyway, few small examples of just the madness that we get used to, that we assume is normal, but we need to ask these challenging questions of our civilization, of our business leaders, of the people in charge, of saying we can't pay $15 an hour, even though most cities require $40 an hour for an adult to live a life of dignity. That question answers the why to all of the chaos. This has been Deb Helfrich, #RedheadedSheHawk.